crystal clear water, white sand and coconut trees as well.
5 main islands and a total of 1,220 smaller islands and around 23 coral atolls.
The fallout was incredible because it took 3 islands and vaporized them.
The isolated islands have a history of human habitation going back.
Imagine a tropical island with crystal clear water, white sand, and palm trees swaying in the wind. Now imagine that this paradise hides one of the darkest secrets in modern history. An island so dangerous that even today, decades later, it can still harm you without touching you. This is not a movie plot. This is real. And it all began in 1946. This is why you should never visit this island.
The motion picture spectacle of all time.
In the middle of the Pacific Ocean lies Bikini Atoll, a place that looks like a dream from above. Bright blue lagoons, endless sunshine, calm waves. On the surface, it feels untouched by time. But beneath that beauty is a silent warning that never fades. In 1946, the world was changing fast. World War II had just ended, and a new fear had entered human history: nuclear power. Governments were racing to understand it, control it, and weaponize it. And for that, they needed a testing ground. Somewhere remote, somewhere isolated, somewhere people would never ask too many questions. They chose Bikini Atoll. At the time, only 167 people lived on Bikini Atoll. They were peaceful islanders who had lived there for generations. Their lives revolved around fishing, family, and tradition. One day, American officials arrived with a shocking request. They told the islanders they had to leave their home, not forever, just temporarily. They promised the people they would return soon. They said this sacrifice would help humanity and bring peace to the world. The islanders trusted them. With no real understanding of nuclear weapons, they agreed. They packed their belongings. They said goodbye to their ancestors' graves. They left their paradise behind. They never returned. In 1946, the United States launched Operation Crossroads. The goal was simple: test the power of atomic bombs over water. What happened next shocked even the scientists who designed the tests. 2 nuclear bombs were detonated at Bikini Atoll in 1946. One exploded in the air, one exploded underwater. The explosions were massive, fireballs brighter than the sun, shockwaves that ripped through the ocean, water columns rising thousands of feet into the sky. Entire fleets of ships were destroyed in seconds. The island was never the same again.
1944, when the US Army's Pacific Campaign began to force the Japanese back, and the islands came under American control.
What many people do not realize is that these tests did not just destroy ships. They poisoned the land, the sea, and the air. Radioactive material spread everywhere. The sand absorbed it. The water trapped it. The plants stored it. Scientists underestimated how powerful nuclear radiation really was. They believed it would fade quickly. They were wrong. Radiation does not disappear easily. After the tests, the United States claimed the area was safe. They downplayed the danger. Reports were quietly edited. Data was classified. The world was told that Bikini Atoll was under control. But behind closed doors, officials knew the truth. The island was dangerously contaminated. Fish glowed with radiation. Coconut trees absorbed radioactive particles. The soil became toxic. Even rainwater carried invisible poison. This was the beginning of the 1946 cover-up. In the years that followed, some islanders were moved back to nearby atolls. Many became sick. Children were born with deformities. Cancer rates increased. Thyroid diseases became common. Doctors were confused at first. Then the truth slowly surfaced. It was radiation. But instead of admitting full responsibility, authorities continued to minimize the damage. Medical studies were conducted without clear consent. Some victims were treated as research subjects rather than human beings. Their suffering was hidden from the world. Even today, Bikini Atoll remains one of the most radioactive places on Earth. Yes, tourists can technically visit. Yes, divers explore the sunken warships underwater. But what they do not always tell you is this: spending too much time on the island can still expose you to unsafe radiation levels. The coconuts, the fish, the soil, all still contain radioactive elements from explosions that happened nearly 80 years ago. Time did not heal this place. Here is what makes this story even more disturbing. The island looks peaceful. The ocean looks clean. The sky looks perfect. There are no warning signs screaming danger. No visible scars, no fences blocking you away. The threat is invisible. Radiation has no smell, no taste, no sound. You could walk barefoot on the sand and never realize what is entering your body. That is what makes Bikini Atoll so terrifying. Many people ask, why not clean it up? The answer is simple and frightening. Some radioactive elements last for thousands of years. No machine can simply erase them. No technology can fully undo what was done in 1946. The damage is permanent on a human timescale. The islanders lost their home. The environment was sacrificed, and the truth was delayed for decades, all in the name of power. Another chilling detail rarely discussed is how Bikini Atoll still stores radioactive waste beneath the sand. Concrete domes were later built nearby to contain contaminated soil, but cracks have already formed. Rising sea levels now threaten to release this material back into the ocean. What was buried to hide the problem could soon resurface, turning an old nuclear scar into a future environmental disaster that no one can easily stop. This story is not just about one island. It is about how easily human lives can be erased when they stand in the way of ambition. Bikini Atoll became a symbol of what happens when secrecy replaces responsibility. The people trusted promises, governments protected reputations, and history was rewritten quietly. That is the real danger of the 1946 cover-up. Today, Bikini Atoll is often shown in documentaries as a diving paradise. Sunken ships frozen in time, clear waters hiding relics of war. But few talk about the human cost. Few mention the families who never went home. Few explain why the island still whispers a warning. This is not a place meant for visitors. This is a reminder of how fragile paradise really is. A reminder of how long consequences can last. A reminder that some mistakes can never be undone.
Operation Crossroads is the motion picture spectacle of all time. And now the salvage fleet steams towards Bikini Lagoon.
So why should you never visit this island? Because beauty can lie. Because danger does not always announce itself. Because Bikini Atoll is not a destination. It is a lesson written in radiation. And if this story made you think, made you curious, or made you see the world differently, do not stop here. Like this video. Subscribe to the channel. Share it with someone who loves hidden history and untold truths. Because the past is not dead, and some secrets are still watching us.